enough for questions.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Well, first of all, Rhett Lauder was really good, set a career high for strikeouts. Really happy, had all three pitches work and, seemed to kind of get stronger as the game went on. So, and threw his best slider that I've seen him throw. We've seen that slider in scrimmages, but that's the best slider I've seen him have in a game. So, obviously if he can be throwing three pitches at any time in the count, that makes him extra dangerous. So really pleased with Rhett. Obviously offensively, we did a really good job. Their starters, is a proven winner and a guy who's a competitor and a gamer. And we did a good job on him. We did a good job getting him out of there in the fourth. So really happy with the job we did on their starter. Obviously kind of, emptied the bench there, in a 10-0 game, which, when it got 10-5, I was kicking myself a little bit for, of course, but was happy to see us put that 6-run inning up with 2 outs and nobody on. We get the leadoff hitter on, hit into a double play, and then with 2 outs and nobody on, managed to push across 6. So really happy to see that. And really maybe the best thing I saw today was Reed Mascolo threw the ball really well, and was good to see him back to his old self. I mean, he was, up to 93 with a good slider and a good changeup today. So if we can get that version of Reed Mascolo here moving forward, that's going to make a big difference on our pitching staff. So good opening night win. The New Jersey Tech is a tough team, NCAA tournament team. They're an older team. They're seniors and grad school guys up and down the lineup. So they'll come out ready to play, and we need a good start out of Josh Hartle.
Yeah, Tom, I guess is that one of the luxuries of getting a big lead, is you're able to get a few get looks for a few more guys in there, and I'm guessing maybe if the lead isn't 11 runs, maybe you don't get Reed out there even.
No, I'd say that's right. I mean, again, if it, we had Crawford Wade down there and even Gabe Golub at one point, when it was 10-5, and we had Adler moving around, 10-5 with 6 outs to get, you know what I mean? You're, especially at our ballpark, you get 2 base runners on, and then you're one swing away from being in a 10-8 ball game. So we weren't going to let that get too far there. So again, I was really happy to see us score those runs in the bottom of 7th. Just give us a little bit of breathing room there, and at the end there, didn't have our best defensive lineup in there. But again, the good news is we were able to rest some of our guys. Head into a 4-game series. Getting some rest early in the year for Tinsman and Kurtz and Corona. How it is with freshmen. We've got to find spots to rest those guys. To get a good version out of them, all year. So I was happy to be able to get, Turk and Brock and Tinny and Danny and Nick some much needed rest.
Tom, how do you kind of look at that in terms of, how big of a lead do you need, and what are some of the game conditions to be able to make those mass substitutions like you did? You said you were kind of kicking yourself a little bit later on, but you can't be results oriented like that. You either you made the right call at the time or you didn't. What are some of the attributes you're looking for to be able to do that?
Yeah, where we are with our pitching staff is part of it. Again, we had a rested bullpen. So if we had to go to some of our guys, I knew we could. What's left in the weekend is a big part of it. And certainly who we're playing is a big part of it. So those 3 things. And Rhett kind of had it on cruise control there. I thought he'd get through 7 for sure. Went out there in the at 85 pitches at the end of 6, and I figured Rhett gives us a 16. Even if he gives us a 16, 17 pitch inning, we're in the dugout 10-0, and ran into a little bit of trouble there. The first and left with the first and third, and his pitch count was around 99 at that time. And we could have given him one more hitter, but it was one of those things early in the year, why do that?
Yeah, I was literally just about to ask if he was on a strict 100 pitch count, because that's exactly what he ended up at. And you kind of answered that already. Who are the guys that got in, mid game? Were you happy with what we saw out of them? I mean, was there anybody that kind of, caught your eye?
Well, yeah, Chris Katz really stood out. 2 really good at bats. I'd say starting with him. Jimmy Broderick was really solid in the field. Everything hit to him, made it look routine. So pleased with that. Certainly, Zach Segal got a big hit to right field. There with 2 outs as well to drive in 2 more. So those, to me, those were the 3 guys that that kind of stood out the most, in addition, obviously, to Reed Muscola.
We're five games into the season now, and I haven't asked you this yet. What's the experience like for you in the dugout? It's been a long time since you spent the entire game in that dwelling.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, there's pros and cons to being in the dugout. I miss being out there in third base and being in the flow of the game, but at the same time, there's a lot of teachable moments in every game, and it just gives me more time to devote to that. And data analytics, we've got more information than we've ever had before. So I'm able to kind of, make some better in-game decisions in a more timely fashion. So again, I think overall it's a win-win. Coach Salento's undefeated at third. So, and we've been putting up a good amount of runs. So hopefully that stays that way.
I was about to ask also that, it's not that there's been a ton of high pressure decisions to make yet, but has Bill sent a runner that you would have held, or held a runner that you would have sent so far?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think all those decisions were good. The 3-0 green light to Reinisch, I was a little skeptical on that one, but I understand why he did it. Reinisch has been swinging the ball really well, and he's a guy, we want being aggressive in that situation. And he was probably thinking with an open base, if he didn't swing 3-0, he'd get a breaking ball 3-1. So I understood that, but really, I think Billy's been really good there.
Now, I think he made a grab on a sharp grounder at over there in the coach's box. I don't know if you make that play.
Well, I probably don't. Again, I'm smart enough at my advanced age to not even try to make that play, because only bad things can happen. I'm still smarting over that line drive Lanzilli hit me with at Florida State.
Didn't Billy make a play in the dugout too last weekend?
Well, he didn't make a play. He got hit smack in his belly.
Oh no!
Yeah, but he wore it like a champ, though. He didn't go down, and he didn't complain about it. So he took it like a man.
If there were a video of him taking it in the belly, that would probably be really a viral social media moment for everybody.
I know his daughters would love to see it for sure.
I think I'm good, Tom. Thanks for your time, and congrats on the win.
Thanks, Les. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Hey, what's up, Brett? How's it going, man?
Hey, good. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Congrats on the win and for moving 2-0 on the season.
Thank you.
Coach said you had all three pitches working tonight. What do you think was going well for you out there?
Yeah, I had pretty much everything working for me. Had like a predominant righty lineup I was facing, so I was getting good use with my slider tonight, and so moving away from all the righties unlike usual. But no, it was good. I had everything going whenever I wanted. Really, I could get the heater in on the righties, on their hands. Got a lot of soft contact, made it easy for our guys in the field.
How good did it feel, I guess, once again, to get some early runs from the offense, and to have that early 6-run pad where you could kind of work with little or no adversity, I guess.
Yeah, no, that was big time. The guys are playing really well right now, and I know I'm just going out there. It makes it a lot easier on me. Just go out there, stick to my game plan, just pound the zone, let them. They're also playing really good defense right now too, so it's making my job pretty easy. What
are you doing, I guess, during the time where the offense is just like spraying the ball all around the field, and how do you like take part of those celebrations? Or you just stay locked in on what you've got to do the next half inning? How does that kind of work?
Yeah, so that's the weird time. Like you want the guys to keep scoring a bunch of runs, but you don't know what to do. But no, I definitely still pick up the guys, celebrate with them, and it's a lot of going back and forth from the bullpen to, like, we score some runs, I'll run in, I'm tossing some balls with our bullpen catcher Landon, and then we score a run, I'll run in and celebrate with the guys, and I'll come back out and get back loosed up.
Awesome. What do you think you've learned about? I mean, it's just 5 games in. What do you think you've learned about this team so far, Rhett?
Well, it's early, but like I know the guys all want to win. Like, we're all on the same page here. It's not really there's no egos on this team, so we're all trying for the same common goal, and that's huge. We're playing really well right now, so it's easy to stay up like that. So it's gonna be it's a good test this weekend, like a 4-game weekend. So we'll see how we respond to that.
How confident were you that you were going to make it through the 7th inning, and I guess how disappointed was it to give up a couple base runners and get yanked?
I was feeling good. Soft contact. That's just how the game goes. Up until that point, I was getting soft contact and getting out. So, it's kind of the game. Give some and they take some. So it happens. I was obviously disappointed not get out of it, but it's the game, and I wasn't not disappointed that I got pulled. I was just disappointed that I didn't get the guys out earlier. I knew my pitch count was up to like 100, so too early in the year.
11 strikeouts, 2 walks. Is that indicative of how good your control is right now?
I don't know. I just figured out I had 11 strikeouts up until the night. 2 walks early. That kind of is something I can look at. I need to get that down. That could come back to bite me later in the season if I was against another team and I let it compound. That might be an issue. But no, I feel good right now. I don't know about the strikeouts. That just some days it happens, some days it doesn't.
Makes sense. Thanks, Rhett, man. I appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Guys.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Les. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. I appreciate you.